Mexicans, anybody from south of the border. Like, why should they just walk in and have it all to themselves right away with no effort and no work? They'll treat it poorly. We know when people are given things with no work that they treat it poorly. It's okay to be that America needs a eternal lower class. The problem is that eternal lower class doesn't have to be the same group of people every single time. It goes in stages. It doesn't have to be black people. It doesn't even have to be Mexicans. We could get Chinese pretty soon that could come in here and they could be the lower class. It could be any group of people that's the next lower class, but they have to pay their dues, and there's nothing inherently evil or wrong about that, just like there's nothing evil or wrong about a system that works very well, relatively.
I mean, I would say this, like, I don't mean this, like, I know that, you know, obviously you're of a different faith, but, like, would I welcome in, give relatively easy access to the United States, and this is where people are gonna be like, oh, you're a sellout, you're a fake white nationalist, which is fine. I don't have a problem with Middle Eastern Christians getting citizenship, like, super easily here in the United States, because they're, like, first of all, they're not going to have a mass migration to the United States because they're small in number, and they generally just kind of, yeah, they're definitely different, first, even second generation, but, you know, they don't
try to see the quantum leap. That's what you're trying to do right now. You're trying to see how, you know, this policy is going to affect the far future. The problem is you're looking 1-2 generations, and you're saying, yeah, I have a strong probability in my mind that, you know, this is what the imminent future is going to look like. Now you're talking about 2 generations.
But even in one generation, what problem do
we're talking about a nation? When you see the problem again, Americans, individualism. The problem again, every policy that you're considering on a statewide kind of level, you need to look not just 2 generations. You need to look 100 years, and you need to look 500 years. And, you know, and what would this policy, now all your probabilities have fallen because you can't see that far into the condition of the state. So at this point, you're going to have to assume scenarios. And is it plausible now? If I adopt this policy, you need to ask yourself, is it plausible? Not probable. If it's plausible, because this is the far future, you don't know the conditions. So it's all going to enter into plausibility now. So you're going to ask yourself, is it plausible that if I maintain this policy, that I can still maintain whiteness? And what I'm talking about is that anybody who's advocating for the white race and associating this like with America and the future vision needs to ask themselves, do I, by adopting this principle, saying that America must be white at all costs?
No,
at least white past.
No, I don't. I think even people like me, first of all, with white dropping birth rate, I do think that what a lot of white nationalists don't understand is that the first thing they'll bitch about is like, oh, everything's measured in GDP. I don't give a fuck about GDP. You know, we can't even afford homes now, which is, you know, a lot of this rhetoric is true. However, in order to remain like the dominant superpower that's more innovative than other countries, you really do have to have a large percentage or a good percentage of your population that is talented and very, you know, well educated and capable, and so that you're going to have.
That's what you're social.
No.
The opposite. Go ahead.
So you're going to, at the end of the day, as much as I cringe thinking about bringing in some high IQ, you know, robot from India or China, like, I do realize, like, to a degree, like, you're going to have to bring some of these people in.
That's why we suffer it, because we do have to bring them in. We suffer it because there's a benefit.
Yes, but I would say even Mexicans, like, the thing with them, I grew up in Phoenix.
What's the benefit of birthright?
Well, because it's not indefinite, and this will be the most controversial piece. You know, we've prolonged the lives of sub-Saharan Africans. They were living on average into their 30s, but then we started bringing in food aid, bringing in medicine that they did not create, HIV drugs, which they're only taking